My name is Dennis Povondra. I'm from Tabor, South Dakota, and I am a fraternal member for all my life. First with Catholic Workmen, and then when they were acquired by the First Catholic Slovak Ladies Association, and now I'm serving my second term as a national auditor for FCSLA. I'm married to my wife Sherry for 49 years. We have a son Mark and a daughter-in-law Crystal and a granddaughter Emma Lynn. We're all members of FCSLA and have lived in Tabor, South Dakota all of our lives, except for 5 years when I taught school in Gregory, South Dakota. Our family was selected as National Catholic Workman Fraternal Family of the Year in 1999. And then I was selected as National FCSLA Fraternalist of the Year in 2007. And my wife Sherry was selected as National FCSLA Fraternalist of the Year in 2015. I've worked on updating the new sets of bylaws for FCSLA and was then elected to the board of FCSLA as a national auditor in 2014. Fraternalism has been a huge part of our family's lives forever. Katolicki Delník, or Catholic Workman, and the First Catholic Slovak Ladies Association. These are two fraternal organizations. The Bohemian, Czech, Polish, and Slovak peoples are a very friendly, social, and family-oriented group of Slavic people. As seen on the slide, Madeleine Albright, Czech history, the first U.S. female Secretary of State, the Stasny brothers, Slovak nationality, Paul, Jan, and Anton, are hockey players, and Pope John Paul II, who is Polish, was credited for helping to end the communist rule in Poland and eventually all of Europe. They all contributed to the betterment of the world. These peoples had great concerns about the security and protection of their family members. In order to preserve the livelihood of their families, fraternal societies were formed. These fraternal societies had many options available to its members to help maintain the livelihood of the family unit. What is a fraternal organization? A fraternal organization consists of three main points. The first point is that it must have a common bond, such as all members have a promotion of their Christian faith. The second point is there must be a local chapter or branch which the members belong to and support. The third point is to provide life insurance and other means of financial security for the protection of its members. Fraternal organizations are nonprofit and fall under the 501c8 of the IRS. Fraternal society members are encouraged to give back to the community and to its members by volunteering for the betterment of the organization. The benefits are mainly for its members. The fraternal society has members which form a local lodge or branch. The lodge or branch organizes social, educational, charitable, and patriotic programs for its members and the public. Katolicki Delník, or the Catholic Workman. The Katolicki Delník organization was incorporated on December 22nd, 1891. Articles of incorporation were filed with the Minnesota State Insurance Department on February 3rd, 1892, and authority to do business was received on February 18th, 1892. The St. Joseph Society of New Prague, Minnesota, was established in 1890. The first Central Union held its convention in September of 1891 in St. Paul, Minnesota. The purpose of this convention was to form a new Czech Catholic fraternal life insurance union, similar to the Catholic Knights of America. The Fraternal Insurance Company was set up to oversee the Supreme Council, the Supreme Executive Council, and the state councils on down to the subordinate local branches. The purpose of the Fraternal Insurance Company was to provide the spiritual, moral, and social education and advancement of its members. The payment of death benefits to the families, relatives, and other beneficiaries of the deceased members, and such other benevolent benefits as from time to time may be adopted. From the start, forming a new organization which provided life insurance was very risky. The organizers were ordinary clergy and lay people from small Czech communities who had no formal training or education in this type of venture. These people were wanting to keep their faith, national heritage, and family security intact. Many new societies were being formed by all nationalities and religious sects in the late 18th century. The original founders were all men who were willing to take a risk and had the vision to make this venture a success. They viewed the church, country, home, and Czech family security as very important. 23 guests were present and signed up as charter members of the new Czech Catholic Union. The official name was to be the Czech Catholic American Workmen. This was accomplished at the September 6th, 7th, and 8th, 1891 convention. The first officers unanimously elected and sworn in were the Reverend John Zinda, spiritual director, John Butzek, president, John Kalina, vice president, Joseph Kovarik, 5-year trustee, Frank Modry, 3-year trustee, and Emmanuel Povoloni, 1-year trustee. The announcement of the newly formed Catholic Fraternal Life Insurance Union was published in the Czech newspapers of Voice, Czech Slav, and Horizon. The executive board had a special meeting on September 11, 1891, in St. Paul, Minnesota, for the purpose of compiling the bylaws and articles of the incorporation. The official name was shortened at this meeting to Katlotsky Dzielnik, or Catholic Workman in English. The Katlotsky Dzielnik became the original official society on December 5, 1891, at a meeting held in Montgomery, Minnesota, to approve the Articles of Incorporation. The latest edition of the Catholic Knights of America's bylaws were to be used as guidelines for drawing up the new bylaws. Reverend John Zinda, the new spiritual director, was given the task of translating these bylaws into the Czech language and printing 4,000 copies to be distributed, and also to prepare a design for diplomas and charters. Saint Joseph was named the patron saint of the Katlotsky Dzielnik. By voting to join the Katlotsky Dzielnik in the New Prague, Minnesota organization became branch number 1. In order to grow, the organization expanded sales to include the states of Illinois, Iowa, Kansas, Maryland, Michigan, Missouri, Nebraska, North Dakota, Ohio, Oklahoma, Oregon, Pennsylvania, South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas, and Wisconsin. These are the Midwestern states, basically, where the majority of the Czechs and Slovaks settled when they immigrated to America. The newly formed Katlotsky Dzielnik organization originally had charter members which came from New Prague, St. Paul, Montgomery, and the surrounding area, all from the state of Minnesota. 100 years later, in 1991, the Catholic Workman consisted of 98 branches, 15,000 members, and was located in 12 states. Other small fraternal societies merged with the Catholic Workman, including the Western Bohemian Catholic Union in 1930 and the Catholic Union of Daughters of Columbus in 1937. The Catholic Workman organization itself was acquired by the First Catholic Slovak Ladies Association of Cleveland, Ohio in 2004. Fraternal benefits for the Catholic Workman, other than life insurance and annuity products, include many society-sponsored programs, which were developed to give stability and protection to its members, branches, parishes, and communities that have had branches, clergy members, Catholic dioceses, and the orders of sisters. These benefits are given to its members at no extra cost to insurance or annuity plans which the society has. The first Katlotsky Dzielnik member to die, whose family collected a mortuary benefit, was John Pavlicek of branch number 1, who died on August 7, 1892, after being kicked by a horse. His widow received the amount of one assessment of $103.08 as a death benefit. The Catholic Workman's benefits provided were the orphan's income, which provided a monthly income to each fully orphaned child of deceased members. Benefits would begin when the second parent died and the monthly income of $75 to $150 was calculated on the age of the orphan child and would increase each year until the child reached the age of 18. The college scholarship program provided scholarship funds to members that qualified. The member must apply under the rules that were outlined by the Catholic Workmen's Society. Freshman, sophomore, junior, or senior college age members were awarded scholarships by an independent selection committee chosen by the society officers. Through 1991, almost $60,000 in scholarships had been awarded to 90 college-age members. The membership benevolent program provided funds for members or immediate family in members that were in need. The local branches, which would conduct a fundraising activity for the needy people, would have up to $1,000 matched by the Catholic Workmen's Society. The program was started in 1990. Matching grant program was in place to assist local branches in raising funds for their parishes or Catholic schools. A qualified program raising funds would then have a maximum of $200 matched by the Catholic Workmen's Society. This program started in 1981. The Young Members Can Do program was started to assist local branches, communities, or parishes in some way. This may be a fundraising activity, but was mostly an activity involving volunteer help from the youth members, which taught them the importance of helping wherever they could. Juvenile and Adult Activity Program offered financial to the local branches for reimbursement of expenses that occurred when a branch would hold regular meetings, annual picnics, celebrations, and other such qualified branch events. The more local activities that were held, the larger the reimbursement would be from the society based on a per-member basis. Dr. Heinrich Dostal Priest Fund was established and funded entirely by the Katolicki Jelnik Society and by members and by local branches. Proceeds from this fund were provided to members of the society that had gone through the seminary and were ordained into the priesthood. The funds were used to help defray some of the educational expenses for attending the seminary. Yearly donations were also made to various dioceses that contained local branches. The funds were used as scholarships and grants given to individuals in need of financial assistance while in the seminary. The Monsignor Hruby Sisters Fund was also funded by the society and local branches and individual members. The funds donated to various orders of nuns helped to fund retirement plans and to help women studying to become nuns. Membership recognition also took place. 50-year members, 3 or more immediate family members enrolled with the society, and other distinctions also took place. Each year, the society recognized an outstanding member with the Fraternalist of the Year award. Daily masses were also supported by the society in remembrance of all deceased and members of the society. The first general convention of the Katolicki Jelnik was to be held in New Prague, Minnesota, but was recessed because a quorum was not present. It was finally convened on November 22, 1892 at 8 p.m. in the Catholic Club Hall. Branches were branch number 1, St. Joseph, New Prague, Minnesota; branch number 2, St. Procopius, St. Paul, Minnesota; branch number 3, St. Francis, Montgomery, Minnesota, with branch number 4, Vesely, Minnesota, and branch number 5, La Crosse, Wisconsin, were not represented. Only people from the Northwest region of the United States were allowed membership. Discussion was held about allowing membership for people from the eastern and southern regions of the United States, but it was decided that these areas would not be allowed to join. The second General Convention was held in Montgomery, Minnesota in 1894. One of the discussion items was establishing the guidelines for accepting bartenders for insurance coverage. It was voted to accept men in this occupation for maximum insurance coverage of $1,000, only after strict medical examinations were completed. Also at this convention, the Katolicki Jelnik emblem was designed and presented by the Reverend John Zinda and Secretary Joseph Havorka. The final design was submitted for print on May 18, 1895. This emblem was to be used on all Katolicki Jelnik correspondence and documents. The Third General Convention held in St. Paul, Minnesota in 1896 established the Kathlotski Delnik publication, which contained proceedings of the 1896 convention. Also decided was that a state council would be established in every state or territory in the United States where 3 or more branches of the Union are organized. A special meeting on member status was held on May 2nd, 1898, due to the Spanish-American War. It was voted upon that any members who voluntarily entered the armed forces of the Spanish-American War or voluntarily entered the U.S. Army or Navy at that time of war would not receive any benefits during the war. However, payment of death claims would be paid in the event of mobilization of any branches of the service. In Tabor, South Dakota, the Society of St. George was merged into the Catholic Workmen on August 21st, 1905, with 10 members: John Chopp, Joseph Chopp, Dr. Frank Steichel, Václav Wagner, John M. Chopp, and Peter T. Petrick. When merged with FCSLA in 2004, Tabor branch number 93 membership was around 500 members. Tabor's branch had national officers of the Right Reverend Monsignor E.A. Boschka as spiritual director, who served the national office from 1929 to 1941. Stanley F. Wagner as national secretary from 1939 to 1980. Laddie E. Costal as third vice president from 1971 to 1979, and then second vice president from 1979 to 1987. Juvenile departments were being organized at the 11th General Convention in Plattsmouth, Nebraska in 1913. Boys who had made their first communion up to the age of 18 could be insured up to $200. The 13th General Convention, which was held in New Prague, Minnesota, and was the first time that allowing women to become members was voted on. The proposal was defeated, however, though, by a vote of 39 to 10. The 17th General Convention held in Omaha, Nebraska in 1929, on a vote of 48 yes and 7 no, allowed women and girls to join membership on the same basis as men and boys as the Kathlotski Delnik members. The 19th General Convention held in Omaha, Nebraska in 1933 showed results of the Kathlotski Delnik becoming the owner of many farms due to the Depression and continuous drought. A field man was hired to assist in the management of these farms. The 23rd General Convention held in Cedar Rapids, Iowa in 1947 noted that most of the farms that were acquired during the Great Depression had been disposed of, and the field man, F.J. Novak, who had been hired, was no longer needed, but that he could do clerical work in the office until other employment could be found. On January 14, 1952, the council reestablished branch number 35 in New Prague, Minnesota, to be a ladies' branch, with the same number of the local branch that had merged with branch number 1 some years ago. The 26th General Convention in Cedar Rapids, Iowa in 1959 officially changed the name from Kathlotski Delnik, Catholic Workmen, to Catholic Workmen, Kathlotski Delnik. The Catholic Workmen ended up with 191 branches, which were actively merged or disbanded when they were acquired by the First Catholic Slovak Ladies Association in 2004. This slide shows a picture of the new office in New Prague, Minnesota. Now we'll go on to the First Catholic Slovak Ladies Association, or FCSLA. In the year 1100, Hungary invaded Europe and Slovakia, and the Czech Republic, which was consisted of Bohemia, Moravia, and Silesia, all became part of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. In 1918, the Slovaks and Czechs decided to combine their efforts and separate from the Austro-Hungarian Empire, thus creating the Republic of Czechoslovakia. This combination wasn't working either, as the Czechs dominated the new country and tried to impose their influence on the Slovak peoples. On March 14, 1939, Slovakia had split from the newly formed Czechoslovakia and formed the new Slovak Republic. This was short-lived, however, because in 1945, the Soviets gained control over both the new Slovak Republic and the Czechs and reunited the two countries again, calling them Czechoslovakia. On January 1st, 1993, happiness was again felt, the Velvet Revolution, when the Czech Republic was formed along with Slovakia and Soviet domination ended. The organization of the First Catholic Slovak Ladies Association is just the opposite of the Catholic Workmen. The two organizations are both fraternal life insurance companies and operate under the same guidelines, which were established for fraternal life insurance companies. The biggest difference between the organization was that the FCSLA was founded by Slovak women, for women and children, compared to the Catholic Workmen, which was founded for Czech men and young men. When women were considered second-class citizens, the determination of the 9 Slovak immigrant homemakers, led by Mrs. Anna Urban of Cleveland, Ohio, started discussing what steps were necessary to form a fraternal benefit society. These women knew that they had to have provisions made for death and injury benefits that would protect their livelihood from the hazards and results of industrial labor from living in a large city. Father Stephen Ferdek, a Catholic priest, Mrs. Urban, and 8 other Slovak ladies met on January 1st, 1892, at St. Ladislaus Church in Cleveland to discuss what steps needed to be taken to form a fraternal benefit society. By the end of 1892, the newly formed First Catholic Slovak Ladies Union grew from 9 members with $77 in assets to 95 members with $212 in assets. Bylaws had been written, and St. Anne was chosen as their patron saint. On October 29, 1899, the FCSLU had a legal residence, and a charter paper was filed and recorded by the Ohio Secretary of State. The charter allowed the society to operate by Ohio Fraternal Code, and the society gained domiciled status. The society's assets had grown by averaging an 86% increase biannually through 1915. In 1918, a flu epidemic claimed the lives of many of FCSLU's members, and it was feared that the society may have to declare bankruptcy. The society's delegation decided to start all over again. They elected a new administration, and a new table of rates was put into effect in 1923. The 30,000 members were insured for $27 million. This change led 3,000 members to withdraw their membership. By 1926, assets had increased to $4.2 million. Men were eventually allowed to become members of FCSLU. The society celebrated its 35th birthday in 1927 with about 8,000 members, dignitaries, and friends attending the various happenings. There was a parade through the downtown streets of Cleveland with Mrs. Anna Urban attending. A ceremony was held in her honor. Mrs. Urban passed away in 1928, with her funeral being the largest ever held in Cleveland. Records for the FCSLU up to this time had been kept in private homes. It was decided to move all records into a central location, so on December 10, 1929, the cornerstone of the first home office was laid and blessed. The building was completed on July 5th of 1930 and was a 4-story tall brick building located in Cleveland. During the 1930s, FCSLU saw a lot of activity dealing with the Great Depression and the unexpected death of its president, Francis Jacobson, who was a very forceful leader. Helen Cochin replaced Mrs. Jacobson and led the $34 million insurance company past the Great Depression years. The FCSLU had a drill team in their bright military-style uniforms and was organized in 1934 by Joseph Matuszak and performed at many functions. The drill teams were very active in many branches, and by 1942, around 3,000 young ladies belonged to the 32 senior order and 23 junior order teams. Post-war apathy ended the drill training programs in 1948. The society celebrated 50 years of fraternal service in 1942 with $12 million in assets and 65,000 members. In 1945, the Cleveland Slovak Union merged with FCSLU. In 1947, the pageant was created, which honored the highest sellers in both the junior and senior departments and were given a gift in appreciation for a job well done. The 1950s saw the printing of the Slovak American Cookbook, plans for a new home office, a home for the aged, and a new scholarship program. In the 1960s, insurance for the youth became very important, and many youth were enrolled in the society with the purchase of their own insurance plans. In the late 1960s, the society's name was changed to the First Catholic Slovak Ladies Association. The reason for the change was to avoid confusion in banking circles, which labor unions and with other fraternals using union in their names. With this change, the Slovak Catholic Cadets Union, the Catholic Slovak Benefit Organization of Cleveland, and the Catholic Slovak Brotherhood from Braddock, Pennsylvania, merged with FCSLA. FCSLA started to sell annuities in 1989. These new investments have shown to be an excellent investment and membership booster. In 1996, under the leadership of President Marianne Johannek, the first multimedia marketing campaign began. Other marketing tactics include product sales seminars, product promotions, and a corporate product sales video. The assets of the Catholic Workmen were acquired by the First Catholic Slovak Ladies Association in 2004, adding Czech members to this Slovak fraternal organization. The FCSLA is continually upgrading and expanding technological enhancements and joining with other fraternals and sponsoring joint events, contributions, and activities. In 2015, the First Catholic Workman member, myself, Dennis Povondra, was elected to the FCSLA board as a national auditor. In 2017, the from the Polish Women's Alliance of America, which was founded in 1898, and the Polish Union of North America, which was founded in 1890, were both merged into the First Catholic Slovak Ladies Association. This merger now adds the Polish peoples into the group of Slavic peoples. The merger shows that FCSLA is living up to its mission statement. We provide financial security to our members while embracing our Catholic values and Slavic traditions. What are Slavic traditions? Slavic peoples are a branch of the Indo-European family of languages. Slavic people are designated as an ethnic group of people that share a cultural continuity and speak related languages. Slavic people are usually divided into East Slav, which are Russian, Ukrainian, and Byelorussian, West Slavic, which are Polish, Czech, Slovak, and Sorbian, and South Slavic, the Old Church Slavonic, Macedonian, Bulgarian, Serbo, Croatian, and Slovene. Each country has their own traditions, which even vary in a country itself. Our vision statement is be a premier fraternal benefit society that offers quality financial products and benefits. The 125th anniversary celebration of the First Catholic Slovak Ladies Association took place in Cleveland, Ohio on July 29th and 30th in 2017. A Mass at the Cathedral of St. John the Evangelist, a gala banquet, the 125th anniversary video showing the FCSLA is doing over $900 million business with over 115,000 members and doing business in 48 states and the District of Columbia and scholarship donations. An open house for the home office took place the following day. This was also the 10th anniversary of the new home office located in Beechwood, Ohio, a suburb of Cleveland. The area behind the home office where the statue of St. Anne is located was refurbished and was the focal point of the open house. Along with the statue of St. Anne, an oil painting of the foundress, Anna Urban, was unveiled and is placed in the board meeting room in the home office. FCSLA's current president, Cynthia Molesky, continues to work hard for the organization, keeping up with updates and trends. She introduces the 125th anniversary DVD, which will now conclude the presentation. We will now show a short video of the First Catholic Slovak Ladies Association from their 125th anniversary, of showing many pictures of what the association is all about.
I am Cynthia Molesky, your national president, at this historic time of positive change and grateful remembrance for our society. As national president, it is my distinct honor to present this signature video production to celebrate the 125th anniversary of First Catholic Slovak Ladies Association of the United States of America. It is a riveting story of courage, leadership, perseverance, passion, and grit of an organization with an unwavering purpose to help our members and their families and to do benevolent charitable works in our communities. It reflects our abiding faith in God and country and our strong promise of growth and positive change for future generations to come.
The year is 1892. Immigrants pour through the gates of Ellis Island by the thousands, dreaming of a new life in America. Slovak immigrants leave behind farming villages of the old country to find a piece of bread in a new land. They settle in industrial towns and struggle with discrimination and disease and a new language. Mine disasters and mill accidents leave families destitute and fatherless. So the new immigrants organize fraternal groups to provide life insurance for the men, so the families left behind are protected. But these groups don't insure women or children. This does not go unnoticed by Anna Hurban, a young mother from Slovakia, who finds refuge in Cleveland in 1890. She knows the importance and worth of women in the family and community. She and 8 women gather at St. Ladislaus Church in Cleveland, and despite opposition from men's fraternal groups, a new enterprise is born, a women's union, Ženska Jednota. The first year is a busy one. 10-cent insurance policies are sold door to door to recruit new members. At the Society's first convention, 15 delegates representing 6 branches in Ohio, Pennsylvania, New York, Minnesota, and Indiana choose their new name, First Catholic Slovak Ladies Union, FCSLU, and write a set of bylaws. By year's end, the new organization has $212 in assets and 95 members. In the early 1900s, President Anna Strunak, concerned for the many uninsured Slovak children, proposes a plan of insurance just for them. In 1905, the National Convention ratifies her proposal and the Junior Order is born. Dues are set at 10 cents a month with a 25-cent application fee. This action marks the first time a fraternal society admits young people. The first edition of Ženska Jednota rolls off the presses in 1914 at the Jednota Printery in Middletown, Pennsylvania. Written in Slovak, the semi-monthly newspaper costs just 36 cents a year. Plans for growth forge ahead, but in 1918, the flu epidemic hits the society hard. Thousands of dollars in benefits are paid out, and premiums are raised to cover the deficit. Concern about the premium increase dominates talk at the 1919 National Convention. Emotions explode when it is announced that the existing premium structure will bankrupt the organization. With the election of Francis Jakobson of Reading, Pennsylvania, a special assessment is introduced to erase the deficit, but the plan does not work, and the society faces bankruptcy. President Jakobson moves quickly and stresses the need to adopt new rates. Opposition is voiced from all sides, but the motion passes. When the new rates go into effect in July of 1923, 3,000 members withdraw their membership, but the society marches on. In July 1927, Ženska Jednota celebrates its 35th anniversary and honors 72-year-old Anna Hurban, the First Lady of FCSLU. Thousands of Slovak people march down Cleveland streets. During his speech, the Bishop of Cleveland calls for allegiance to the American flag and the preservation of Slovak heritage. The crowd cheers. Mass is held in a public auditorium with 8,000 clergymen, dignitaries, members, and friends gathering to give respect and recognition to the Society's foundress. It is the last anniversary the First Lady attends. Anna Hurban dies in 1928. Until now, records and business transactions have been kept in private homes, but the growing organization recognizes it is ready for the construction of a home office. In December 1929, land is purchased on Lee Road in Cleveland, and the cornerstone of the building is laid and blessed. The 4-story brick structure, with apartments for the officers on the upper floors, is completed on July 5, 1930. The early 30s see the whole country suffering during the Great Depression. Millions are out of work, and Ženska Jednota responds. Destitute families with junior order members are granted depression waivers. An indigent fund is established to aid impoverished members. After the death of President Jakobson in 1933, Helen Kochon of Whiting, Indiana, the Society's 7th president, inherits the responsibilities of the $34 million insurance company. Under her leadership, the Society implements improved business practices, and Ženska Jednota moves forward again. In 1934, performance drill teams are organized to encourage Slovak pride. 88 senior order ladies join the first team, attracted to camaraderie and marching skills. Junior order girls soon form their own drill team. By 1942, the teams are so popular that 3,000 young women belong, winning prizes and national acclaim. The drill team program ends during the post-war years, but not before the Society sponsors 4 national competitions. The decade of the 40s is marked by a nation at war. In a huge outpouring of support, the Society pledges money and equipment, including training planes and 5 fully equipped ambulances. The women of Ženska Jednota buy war bonds by the thousands. The Allied powers win the war, and the Society celebrates its 50th Golden Jubilee. With membership, donations, and assets at an all-time high, in the 1950s, the women of Ženska Jednota embark on what is to become one of their most well-known ventures, the Slovak-American Cookbook. Secret Slovak recipes, some generations old, are gathered. The book attains national recognition and rave reviews in both Town and Country and Cuisine magazines. First discussed in 1929, the Villa Sancta Anna Home for the Aged is given the green light in 1952 at the 60th anniversary banquet. In 1957, ground is broken and blessed for the building location in Beechwood, Ohio. Administered by the Daughters of St. Francis of Assisi, the home is dedicated in January 1960 and accepts its first residents who will live out their lives in comfort, surrounded by Slovak culture, customs, and faith. The Vincentian Sisters of Bedford take over operations in 1980, and after serving members and the community for 44 years, the villa closes in 2004. To keep up with the growth of the Society, the 1960s bring the groundbreaking of a new home office building on the same land as the Villa Sancta Anna. Following President Kochon's death in 1964, the Board of Directors elects the national editor, Elizabeth Lipovsky of Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, to succeed her. Very late in the decade, the Society's name is changed from First Catholic Slovak Ladies Union to the First Catholic Slovak Ladies Association, FCSLA, to avoid confusion with similarly named organizations. To close out the decade, the Golden Agers Dividend is established, granting a one-time $50 gift to members who attain 50 years of continuous membership, a practice that continues today. The 1970s kick off an era of change and progress. The Miami Beach Convention in 1971 declares a post-mortem dividend. Regional seminars are conducted for both branch and district officers to address the changes in the Society. This decade also gives rise to the Youth Congress, and 3 Youth Congresses are held to reinvigorate the young members and instill in them pride for their heritage. President Lipovsky retires in 1975, and the reins are handed over to Louise Yash, who leads the association for the next 8 years. The 1980s bring the 80th anniversary of the Junior Order. The Fraternally Yours magazine begins a junior line supplement for young members. President Yash retires in 1983. And Anna Grandchai of Struthers, Ohio steps into the role of president, serving the association for 12 years. In 1989, the association takes a bold step forward and enters the annuity market. With no medical requirement or age limit, annuities are a membership boost for FCSLA. The 1990s bring the 100th anniversary of the association, a moment not likely envisioned by Anna Hurban and her 8 colleagues. At the 1995 Las Vegas convention, Marianne Johannick is elected president and serves in this capacity for 16 years. Under her leadership, the association brings accounting and IT functions in-house, and plans are made for a new home office building to be built only a few feet behind the old building. Dedicated in 2007, the new building continues to be the hub of FCSLA operations today. In September 2000, the association enters the digital age by launching its first website. Annual district presidents' meetings are started at the home office in an effort to increase education and communication among districts. In 2004, the organization completes an asset acquisition with Catholic Workmen, a Czech Fraternal, headquartered in New Prague, Minnesota. This move enlarges the footprint of FCSLA and brings with it the beginning of a professional sales force led by a national sales manager. At the Baltimore Convention in October 2011, delegates elect a new president, Cynthia Molesky of Natrona Heights, Pennsylvania, former insurance commissioner and cabinet secretary of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. During her tenure, the society undertakes the first bylaw revision in the association's history, with representatives from all districts, at-large members, and appointed members of the board of directors. A special bylaw revision committee convenes. The committee works diligently for almost 2 years, crafting a new set of bylaws that will provide a reasonable framework for governance and success for years to come, while continuing to promote and preserve the Catholic faith and Slovak Slav traditions and culture. The hard work comes to a successful conclusion when President Molesky chairs a special convention in October 2014, when delegates from around the country vote overwhelmingly to adopt the new bylaws. Also in 2014, after successful strategic planning, revised mission and vision statements are adopted, charting the future course of the organization. In 2016, a special convention is held by mail, a first for the association, and the delegates of the special convention vote overwhelmingly to approve the mergers with Polish Union of the United States of North America in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, and Polish Women's Alliance of America in Chicago, Illinois. By welcoming these like-minded members to the FCSLA family, the association will continue to grow in assets and management. Over the years, one of the hallmarks of FCSLA is its tradition of sustained philanthropy. The Matching Funds program for branches to give back to their communities is started. Millions of dollars have been donated to religious and other charitable causes at each quadrennial convention. Hundreds of thousands of dollars in scholarships are annually awarded to members from elementary to graduate school and seminary. And in 2015, new tax-deductible scholarship fund, the Anna Hurban Scholarship Fund, is established, allowing FCSLA to award even more scholarships in the years to come. Halfway through its 125th anniversary year, FCSLA's financial position is strong. The over $900 million in assets marks an all-time high. Life insurance in force is over $1 billion, and our healthy surplus is one of the highest for a fraternal our size. With over 100,000 members, licensed to do business in 48 states and the District of Columbia, FCSLA continues to forge a national imprint with its growing sales team and new branches. It is clear that security for our members, a strong faith in God, and upholding our Slovak and Slavic traditions are the keys to our continued success. Bringing our mission and vision to life through our actions, serving with dedication, perseverance, and grit, Anna Hurban, our foundress, would be proud as FCSLA continues to soar to even greater heights.